Welcome back to my channel. Here I make homemade vegan recipes, and today I'm trying a recipe that I actually have been seeing going around on TikTok, which is a spinach dough pasta. It looks really easy to make. I'm thinking of serving it with a garlicky pea and mint sauce, so I can't wait to share this recipe with you. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe because I post videos regularly, and let's get started. Today is a very green recipe, so we're going to need some parsley as well as some garlic, some lime, some mint. I've got some spinach here as well as some plain white flour. I've got some vegetable stock, some peas, salt, pepper and olive oil. So super simple. To start this recipe, I've added 2 cups of spinach along with 2 cups of flour to a blender, and this is going to make that green flour that we're looking for. And then I pulsed that along with some salt, and I've pulsed that until I've got a green flour. This quantity serves around 2 people, I would say. So as you can see here, I was just pulsing the blender, mixing it up until I got this lovely, vibrant, matcha looking powder, which I then put into a bowl and added about half a cup of water and began to knead the dough together. So you only need to knead this for about 5 minutes and add a little bit more water if necessary until the dough comes together and is quite nice and soft, as you can see here. And then we're going to let that dough rest for an hour in the fridge. So once it was all together and nice and soft, as you can see here, I covered that in some cling film and popped that in the fridge for at least an hour, just so that the dough can relax and rest before we shape the pasta. Once the dough was rested, as you can see, I'm just taking it out of its little cling film home. I then floured my surface generously and I rolled the dough out until it was about 1/4 inch thick, and gently using a knife I cut that into long strips, which will just make it easier for when we roll them into the sort of worm-like shape that these noodles have. So as you can see, I've made pretty even strips, and with the end pieces, I just took those at their size and put them between my hands and rubbed it to make nice little long wormy noodles. And with the strips in the middle, I would separate those into halves and then roll out the noodles, unless you want super long noodles, which is totally up to you. But for me, I kind of liked this sort of medium length, and there they are. Don't they look pretty? So those are ready for boiling, and because they're so quick to cook, I decided to prep all my other ingredients. So here I'm separating the mint leaves from the stem. And then I'm crushing my garlic to make it easier to peel, just using the flat side of the blade. And that way the skin comes off nice and easily. And I'm just roughly slicing those up because we'll be fragrancing our oil with them when we cook the pasta. And then I'll be chopping up the parsley as well as the mint, so everything is ready to go. This pasta takes about a minute to cook, so once you get to the stove, everything is pretty fast, so it's good to have all your ingredients prepped and ready to go. So chop everything nice and fine to release all those flavors and fragrances, as that's what's really going to add such a delicious freshness to this whole dish. So I'm heavily salting some water and bringing that to a boil for the pasta. So I'm just waiting until that's nice and bubbly. And then in a separate shallow dish frying pan, I'm heating up some olive oil and gently frying off my garlic in there. So I put the garlic in first for a couple of minutes. I add my seasonings right from the base, so you'll see me add some pepper and some salt. I always like to do this because then you don't forget to season later and your dish still tastes good. And then once the garlic's been on there for about a minute, I pop my pasta into the boiling water, and you can give it a quick stir to make sure that the noodles don't stick together, as you can see here. And then I'm stirring up my garlic, adding in my peas along with some of that vegetable stock, which will just nicely flavor everything and add a little bit of depth to this whole dish. So these are just fresh garden peas. You can use frozen peas if that's easier for you. I'm giving that a good stir. As you can see, they turn a little bit more vibrant as they cook, and then I'm adding in my vegetable seasoning, and then I'll be adding in the pasta straight from the pot along with some pasta water. The pasta water is going to really help to make that sauce, so it's really important to get that starchy water in there as opposed to fresh water, because the starch in that pasta water is going to help make a sort of thick, sticky sauce and really make sure that all those flavors coat your pasta. I'm then adding in my other herbs, the parsley as well as the mint, and I've also added some nutritional yeast here and a little bit more salt and pepper to taste. And then I'm giving that a final toss through, and then you're ready to serve your dish. These noodles, they just hold on to all that flavor in such a magical way, and they're thick and they're kind of chewy. This is just such a great dish and so comforting. It's got a bit steamy here, but as you can see, I'm mixing everything in, and then right at the last minute spritzing it with some lime juice and serving it up, and then you're ready to enjoy. So if you want more simple recipes like this, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to my channel, and please enjoy a little bit of ASMR now. See you later, bye!